Gold remains one of the most sought-after precious metals. It is one of the most valuable, a symbol of wealth and power. To obtain it, miners have to process tons of rock.
But have you ever wondered how gold is made?
We visited the largest gold deposit in the United States and the world's largest underground gold vault. Discover how gold is extracted from mines and stored in one of the safest places on the planet. Millions of years ago, a meteor shower fell on the planet and brought gold with it. Everything they brought remained buried until the miners came, and the fever for this shiny golden metal began. The California gold rush seekers didn't care where the gold came from. They pursued the American dream, and gold could make them millionaires. What they didn't know was that there was a sea of gold beneath their feet far larger than they could have ever dreamt of. The overheated gold in silica was forced to rise from the depths of the earth and crystallized in quartz veins. To meet all the gold demand, mountains are moved. More precious metal is extracted than one could imagine. Gold cannot be mined or processed until it is found. The first step is to find out where the gold is. Currently, most of the gold is found in rocks in the form of microscopic and invisible particles. The largest gold deposit in the United States is located northeast of Nevada. The necessary tool to find rocks containing gold has been replaced by a gigantic electromagnetic system. A huge metal detector that roams the skies sends a signal capable of detecting magnetized sand and all related components hundreds of meters underground. The parrot is often found in this sand. Aerial exploration is an expensive method, but it can narrow down the search. Finding a very large mine is not easy, so the economic risk is high. Out of every 1,000 prospects, less than one yields a result. When they locate a vein, the drillers begin their work. These machines can drill rock up to 2 kilometers deep. The gold mine in northeastern Nevada is the second largest gold mine in the United States. It belongs to Barry Gold, the world's largest mining multinational. It consists of two mines, one underground and another open air, more than 80 meters wide and 450 meters deep. Every day, 600,000 tons of limestone containing gold are flown. When they blast, they first drill the rock and then put in the explosive, which is made from ammonium nitrate combined with fuel. Each month, they use between 700 and 900 tons of ammonium nitrate.
600,000 tons of pulverized rock.
A frosted mineral may contain just 3 grams of gold. It takes a lot of rock to produce a gold bar. Millions of tons of rock for a single child. Billions of dollars are needed to extract this mineral. Nowadays, gold is priced at around $63 per gram, and miners spare no expense. This shovel is the largest in the world, and with a price tag of over $20 million, it's also the most expensive. The haul trucks can hold up to 270 tons of ore, and the shovel loads a ton in 3 scoops. A truck arrives empty and leaves with a full load in just 1 minute. The trucks unload the ore. The conveyor belt deposits the ore into a giant rotating drum. Inside it, huge steel bowls grind it into powder. The rock is crushed into sand and mixed with water to form a kind of mud. Then it's sent to huge deposits for the next phase. Cyanide is added in small amounts to form a very diluted solution. Cyanide is one of the few chemicals that dissolve gold. Then small fragments of coal are added that trap the gold from the solution and separate it from the impurities. Then the gold solution is treated with electrolysis. An electric current causes the gold to deposit on the negative electrode or cathode. In the Nevada mine, there are tons of gold that cannot be extracted by open pit mining, so they go underground, a much more expensive and dangerous search. Half a kilometer to reach a dark and strange world, formed by a network of 80 kilometers of tunnels. The average temperature down here is 60 degrees. The mine has one of the largest air conditioning systems in the world. To extract the gold, the same open-air technique is used. First the blasting. Then, the shovels pick up the mineral and sieve the rock that falls until the truck is full. The truck brings the ore to the surface where it will be processed. The gold is covered by a thick crust of sulfur. The ore and water are heated to 224 degrees in a gigantic chamber. They add pure oxygen, and after subjecting it to immense pressure, the crust breaks and releases the gold. The gold extracted open pit and in the underground mine ends up in the pouring room. The next step is casting. For this, it is heated to about 1100 degrees Celsius. With 90% pure gold, each bar weighs 25 kilos. But to get it, miners must process up to 8,200 tons of rock. Each ingot is the size of a brick and worth more than $1 million. About 26 tons come out of this mine each year.
That is the order
of $1 billion. Now the gold is sent to a refinery where all impurities will be removed. The gold undergoes the final stage of cleaning and polishing. The last step is easier. Mark the bars with the purity percentage. Over 190,000 tons of gold have been mined throughout history, and a large portion of that gold ends up in the hands of the Federal Reserve. For more than 80 years, armored vehicles have been driving through the narrow streets of Manhattan, transporting millions in gold deposits in and out of the only Federal Reserve Bank that is trusted enough, as if to guard almost a quarter of all the world's gold supply. The gold vault of the New York Federal Reserve is located in the basement of its main office building in Manhattan. Built in the early 1920s, the vault provides account holders a safe place to store their gold monetary reserves. Most of the gold in the vault came after the Second World War, as many countries wanted to store their gold reserves in a safe place. The holdings in the gold vault continued to increase and reached their peak in 1973. Shortly after the United States suspended the convertibility of dollars into gold for foreign governments. At its peak, the vault contained more than 12,000 tons of gold. Since then, the activity of deposits and withdrawals of gold has slowed down and the vault has experienced a gradual but steady decline in general holdings. However, the vault continues to be today the largest monetary gold deposit in the world. Gold travels in armored vans surrounded by heavily armed guards. Then the vans are unloaded. This small pile of gold ingots may not seem like much, but if you try to put it in the back of your car, you would burst the tires. Now they carry the ingots up to the largest underground gold vault in the world. It is valued at more than $380 billion. But what would you do with so much gold? Leave your opinion in the comments.